за активистов вообще.
In Moscow, the camera crew is asking, do you support the activists? I do, of course, she replies. She adds, I'd like to ask your opinion. How long before I get arrested or detained for showing 2 words? A sign says, no war. We're already being detained, says the crew. She will likely go to prison for months, like tens of thousands of other Russians who have spoken against the war. That's crazy, says the crew. Did you see that? And another woman steps up and says, are you only filming the opposition? We're filming everybody. Woman, all of them? And if anybody else has an opinion, you'll film it too? Photographer, of course, all of them. Woman, and those who don't go to protests and believe in the military operation, are you filming that? Yes, I do. We are showing all the views. Woman, I also want to give my opinion. Photographer, talk. I'm comfortable with the fact, police, let's go. This is shocking content. She's come to say she's fine with it. Obviously, Vladimir Putin and everything else. It didn't even take a few seconds. That video from a bewildered camera crew in Moscow was posted to social media by a European Union correspondent for Politico. Now, thanks to an even higher profile moment of dissent, anti-war sentiments are a point of discussion everywhere in Russia. Hello everybody, I'm David Shuster, and thanks for joining us. Soon after the war in Ukraine began, when tens of thousands of Russian protesters took to the streets, Vladimir Putin's government passed a new law aimed at cracking down on dissent. The law says that anybody who calls the Russian military operations a war can be sent to jail for 15 years. The Reuters news agency estimates that more than 7,000 Russians have been arrested. Between the heavy-handed police tactics and the stifling new law, the protests have been tamped down. But a single courageous protester has reignited discussions. On Russia's main television channel during a live news broadcast, editor Marina Oveskanova interrupted the anchor with a sign that read, "No war, stop the war, don't believe the propaganda, they're lying to you here." On CNN, an American in Russia who is well connected with anti-war activists was asked about the incident.
When you see something like the employee of the television station today standing up during a live news program, does something like that make an impact?
Yes, it sent shockwaves through all of Russian society. Yandex News actually had a story about it, and they rarely have anything that is against the main narrative. Her Facebook page was getting thousands of people commenting every minute. Literally, it exploded. Everyone was texting each other, calling each other, saying, did you see what happened? And many of the human rights activists that I'm talking to, they feel this may very well be the start of the wave. To see someone like that, Channel 1 has 250 million viewers. It's the #1 watch station by most common Russians. For a lot of Russians, this was the first time they saw any dissenting voice.
So now that most Russians have finally seen dissent, and not just in Moscow's Red Square, but on the primetime news, now what? Well, the theory among analysts and Russian experts is that this could make it easier for many Russians to have a discussion about the operations in Ukraine. Because at this point, Putin's aggressive approach to protesters isn't going to keep everybody else from talking about these issues. Plus, Western economic sanctions are now having a real impact on countless Russian businesses and stores, which are closing. But no matter how many ordinary Russians are willing to get arrested and face years in jail, Vladimir Putin's grip on power still seems ironclad. The next thing to look for, and hope for, according to Russian analysts in the West, is a sign that dissent begins to spread to Russian oligarchs and powerful officials close to Vladimir Putin. Courage among the masses is one thing, say analysts. Courage among the privileged few in Russia would be real significant change.